Hey, everybody. Yes, I'm not waiting. I'm here. I am ready to go. I would have been here a little bit sooner, but I realized when I sat down and looked at myself on screen, I had the wrong hat on. So I had to jump up, go down and change out hats and put this one on and ta-da. So here I am. Sorry about that, but it's just the way it happens. Anyway, so what's going on, everybody? I'm glad to see you're all here. Glad to see you're here. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. So nice that you're coming on, that they're letting you spend a little bit of time here with me today. Hope you all got some nice things on Father's Day. I know I did myself. And so long and short of it is I was up at camp and we come home and hurried up, running around, getting things unloaded, decided, hey, let's go get something to eat. Rand got something to eat. And I said, let me stop at the store. So we shot down to my favorite one little haunts and went in there. And I had another reason. I had to pick something up for somebody. So I went there and picked that up. And by happenstance, I saw a few things there that I didn't see before. And one of them was a Highland Park cast strength. And I thought, okay, that's a good thing. And then I was looking for something for a while and couldn't find it. And it appeared behind a shelf. In other words, kind of, you got to be an employee and you got to know where this stuff is and da 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 da. And well, I come in and out of there like I own the place. I mean, I'm in there at least once or twice a week. But anyway, like I said, I had to go there pick something up for somebody and went in there with the wife. We looked around. I found that Highland Park and I said, okay, I'll probably pick that one up tomorrow and tried the new release from High West, the Rendezvous. It's a limited release. It's not, I've got the Rendezvous here, but it's not the same one. It's 46 proof, which was good. 80, I'm going to say 85 bucks. No, 69 bucks, 69 bucks, something like that. I'm getting confused because there was something else there. So let's just say 70 bucks for the sake of argument. So I got to try that. That was pretty good because I just had a few sips of that, and then the Scotch that I saw. I went, oh my gosh, is that the one? And so I was been looking for this one for a little bit. Can you all see it? Let me get a little closer there as it focuses in on itself at 61.52 ABV. Peated whiskey cask finish single malt Scotch. Yes, 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 yes. You see that one there? Bottled 10 of 2015. So I was pretty happy to find this. I mean, it's around, but not cask finish. You can find the Nadura, but it's the cask finish that's hard to find. And lo and behold, behind that counter that only employees have access to, boom, there it was. So, of course, it had to come home. So there it is. And I will be opening that in a little while. But let me just see who's all here in chat and say, hey, of course, Sugar Kitty. Oh, by the way, Sugar Kitty, since I'm talking about Oban today and Little Bay, let me know if it's a good time for you to uh, engage with me in chat in regards to these things today. Right here, there's A and there's B. Kind of let me know if it's a good bet. It's focusing in on my hat, but that's okay. Let me know if it's good to sample those since I'm kind of in the Scotch thing today. Top Dog, cheers. Thanks for popping on. Yep, I saw that you're going to be on the screen, but I do appreciate it, man. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Great Shot, cheers. And like I said, yes, it was hanging. There will be no Long Branch on this stream today. Sorry, I know you're heartbroken. Cheech, cheers, brother. Happy Father's Day. Thank you for popping in there. I mean, Really do appreciate that. Scott, cheers, man. Thanks for popping in. Stacy, cheers. Good stream with Sean last night. I was up at camp and I ended up having to pop off, not really by choice. It's just that I was out walking the dog and I knew that there were deers up in the field. There were deer up in the field where I was walking the dog, but I didn't realize how close one was. Well, I spooked the deer, things happened, everything's fine, no problems, but ended up unexpectedly having to pop off as I was walking through the park because of those things. But that's just how that goes. So let's make sure we got everything there. Oh, look at there. Happy Father's Day. Hey, cheers, man. And it really was for somebody else. Wouldn't kid you about that. It honestly was. I went there to pick something up for somebody else, and just lo and behold, there was something for me. Totally coincidental. Totally coincidental. Hey, Brian, cheers, man. Hope you're much better. I know you hurt your back there yesterday or day before, you were saying. So, yeah, let me know, man. I hope you're doing all right. That's for sure. Let's make sure that I got everybody so far. Yep. Yes, I did. Perfect. Isaiah, cheers, man. Thanks for popping in. Really do appreciate you. Everybody that's here, remember, make sure you hit that like button and help that YouTube algorithm to get the channel noticed. If you are new and you guys are just lurking in the background, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button and please subscribe. And when you do, click on that bell to make sure that you all get the notifications as to when I go live or when I produce a video on there. But anyway, getting back to it, I'm going to wait a minute to see if Sugar Kitty responds as to those two samples I got, if he wants to prompt me through them in chat, because I don't know what they are. They were hand delivered, and so it's just one of those things. And being that I'm kind of on Scotch right now, not that I might stay there, I'm going to probably go to a bourbon at some point on there. Oh, yes, without a doubt. Okay, let's see. Let me finish up just a little more housekeeping stuff here. It's just been a little bit busy and oh, okay, perfect, Sugar Kitty. Didn't see it. I see it now. And you may have said something. Oh, never mind. I see it. It just the chat's catching up for me. It's just loading up quick here. Okay, perfect. No problem. Okay, let me get one other thing done here before I forget, because some people I know will be upset if I don't. Like, hey, what are you doing? So let's just get this done. Hit that. Go like this. Come on. Did it work? Yes. Perfect. Okay. So let's see here. Yep. I actually know a couple people that have that, and yeah, they believe in movement, flexing. They actually do yoga, and they said it has helped them immensely. Just stretching and keeping active. And I was like, whatever works. That's for sure. Anyway, so I am going to go ahead and give this little thing here a pour. I did a quick crack of it so I can get a taste of it on Whiskey Wars yesterday. And I was like, wow, that's not too bad. But if those of you who don't know, it's Oban's Little Bay. It is 43 ABV. It's not impressive on the ABV for me. However, I was surprised that it's got some decent flavor to it. It has that nice maltiness and sweetness that I like. And I'm like, not bad. And I think this thing was like 46 bucks. So for the sake of argument, it was under 50 bucks, 45, 50 bucks. And I thought it was a decent price for a Scotch that's under 50 bucks. And it was one of these ones that I got from my wife gave to me for my birthday last week. She knows I was eyeballing this, but I kept telling her, I says, 55, 60 bucks. I said, I think that's just about 10 bucks too much on there. So I should think it should be closer to the $50 range. Anyway, either in there, she did. She found it. She found it. So boom, that's how I ended up with it. So that being said, I'm going to go ahead and give this a little more intense scrutiny today, and grab my little Glen here and give it a little pour. Oh, nice. It's actually not the initial pop, but it's a nice pop. And actually, yeah, did get a little bit on me, but it's all good. It's all good. Put a little bit in the glass here. No, that's really not too bad of a color on that thing. At least I don't think so. Let me get my finger out of the way there. No, it's not bad. Actually, wow. Very fruity on the nose right now, just in the glass, just the way it's sitting. So that's not bad in my book. I kind of like that. I do kind of like that. I didn't read anything on this. I didn't look up anything on this, other than I knew that it would probably be something that I would like. I actually didn't even study the tin that it came in, and there is stuff on the back because I didn't want it to tell me what type of tasting notes or give me any type of hints whatsoever as to what may be in here. I just didn't want to go down that road right now, but ooh, this has a nice maltiness to it. Like I said, I noticed it yesterday, and like I said, this is not bad so far. I mean, 43 ABV, fruit. I agree, Shirky. I don't think it is. Not at 43 ABV. At 43 ABV, I'm going to say it is more than likely a chill filtered, and there's probably some 150 in there without a doubt. You're absolutely right on that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to highlight that because I agree with it. Yeah, but it's a nice color, unless you're one of them real purists or something like that. But the legs on it, from the last time I spun it up there, it had some decent legs on it. So it seems like it has some okay viscosity. And from what I remember last night, I didn't think it was too bad, but I didn't have a lot, but just enough to kind of spark my interest on it. Like I said, I get fruit on it. I definitely get some pear, and I'm going to say for some reason, I definitely get a little bit of that sea spray, let's say, on it. So there's a little saltiness, but I'm going to say besides the fruit, like honey, maybe heather, something along that line, something I can't quite put my hand on it because I'm not that great at picking certain things out of scotches. Certain things stick out to me, but in general, this is actually quite pleasant on the nose as far as I'm concerned. It's got the stuff that I like to smell in scotch, that's for sure. I'll leave that set just another minute or two there. Z-Man, I just caught your chat. Found a SJR and AZ batch 14 for under 2 in AZ. Got a backup now. I'm sure I am sure it is a happy Father's Day. Yeah, I'm probably going to be next week, maybe 2 weeks, doing a long day trip and do some hunting over that way. I don't know exactly where I'll be going, but sometimes you have to leave Nevada and get over that way or go over into that People's Republic of California and visit them, because they do have some really good prices on stuff over there in California, believe it or not. Wow. That, I still like the nose on that. I mean, it's not like some of the other ones, but it's still a real good nose. Let's see what we get here on the palate. Probably just because of the it's non-age state, so it's probably on the young side. But wow, that's pretty good. I mean, it's not very viscous, but yet it's not completely thin. It's not watery. Let's put it that way. It's not watery. Mm, definitely sweet vanilla. I'm definitely getting some vanilla, a little spice, but like I said, I think that's the youngness of it in general. A little saltiness. Yeah, some oakiness to it, but I don't think it's bad. I think this is going to be a decent sipper. Like I said, for the price, I don't think it's bad. I mean, I'd like it to be north of 43 ABV, but Oban Little Bay, yeah, that's at that price. It's definitely worth picking up at under $50. Definitely worth picking up under $50. Did I have any luck hunting in Yuma, Arizona? Yeah, last month when I was down there. Well, of course, I had some luck. I picked up a few things down there. One thing I did find down there, which it was crazy cheap for me, was a bottle of Old Granddad Bottled and Bond for $12.99. Yeah, I said it right, $12.99. So of course I picked that up while I was there, and picked up. I picked up. I picked up. I picked up. I'm drawing a blank, but I know what I want to say. But it was something that I saw and I did a double take on, and I'm like, God, I got to go home with that. And now I'm having a moment. Oh, one of them was the Maker's Cast Strength. Picked it up when I was down there. Um, and there was one more. There was one more I picked up, and I'm like, I got to go home with it. I got to go home with it. And I'm drawing a blank, but that's okay. I do believe, hold on, let's see. I know it wasn't that one. It'll come to me. I'm just having a moment because I did get a couple bottles there, so I forgot. And yes, the Old Granddad is a no-brainer, without a doubt. And maybe in about a week or two, if I'm down there and I find it again, I'm just going to pick up another one for $13. Yeah, it's definitely something that I've got to keep on the shelf. I mean, at that price, it's not going to go bad. So I'm definitely going to keep that thing on the shelf without a doubt. Without a doubt. But as far as this Oban Little Bay goes, it is definitely worth it. And give it a little more time in the bottle, let it open up a little bit more. I think it's going to be a nice starter pour. And there is a slight hint of peat. I forgot to mention, because it is slight, but it comes back towards the end of that thing. Mm. And exactly, Sure Kitty. And I bought it at Walmart when I was down there, of all places. Walmart had it for $12.99. I'm like, oh, sold. Make great Christmas gifts too, by the way. Yeah, that's still not terrible. That's still not terrible, because here in Vegas, generally, Old Granddad Bottled and Bond is about $24.99, and that's about the going rate here. So, like I said, when I saw that for that, I'm like, it's just one of those ones that you absolutely, positively need to pick up. Need to pick up. So I did. So I did. Anyway, so what other people, what do you got in your glass? What's going on here? Let me know. What did anybody get any bottles for Father's Day? I mean, I know what Z-Man picked up and he's going to be happy. What do we got here? Oh, Knob Creek store picks. I haven't picked up a Knob Creek store pick. Let me think. Nah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since I picked up any store picks. When I say a minute, it's probably a good 6 months or more for me picking up one. That's for sure. And you know what, Sugar Kitty, $22. I don't think I would balk at it either for that price. I wouldn't balk at it either because I still think it's a good buy at $20, under $25 for that. It's just solid all the time. I mean, it's just plain good. I just like it. Hey. Let me straighten that up for everybody. What's up, lady? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my God, I'm perfect. I see you got your killer in the background, standing guard. Because you never know what's going to come up that backyard. You got to have that dog ready.
That dog is not going to stop anybody. No. That dog will hide.
Oh, okay. Strictly for show. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They're not afraid of much.
But
well, I should say nothing's really afraid of them.
Well, the one my parents had, she wouldn't come near you for nothing. Maybe in an hour, she might get close enough to, give you a sniff or two. But other than that, yeah. And then it took a minute for her to warm up to you. But I will tell you what, there wasn't a rabbit, a groundhog, nothing like that could go to distance. They were not allowed in her yard.
He loves people, absolutely loves people. But he doesn't even see the groundhogs or rabbits. He chases deer out here all the time.
She didn't care much for the deer, even though they were about her height. She didn't care much for them.
Same height.
Mm-hmm. What do you got going there?
I've got a little cocktail, so I made a little Jameson orange.
Oh my gosh! Hold on.
Tropical mix Sprite.
Tropical mix Sprite and Jameson orange, really?
With a little fresh mint.
Oh, I see it. Okay. I was going to ask you, is that lime in there? That's mint.
It's mixed.
Okay.
It actually came back in the pots this year. So I threw that in there, and let me tell you, it's pretty freaking good.
That's all that counts, is that you like it. It's just
the trick to Jameson orange, don't drink it straight. It's not meant to be a neat.
I was just going to say, that Jameson orange is just too sweet.
It's too much. It's too orange. Yeah. It's meant to be a mixer. It really is.
But I know people that love it, and they sip on that thing on ice, and it just makes me go.
I know people that do. It's too bitter for me, but it's great in tea. It's great in cocktails.
So that's like this bottle for me, the Wild Turkey American Honey. I love it in fresh brewed tea. Okay, iced tea. Put about 2 fingers in a glass of this, then fill it with iced tea. Take that mint. Put a piece of mint in there if you like. It's wonderful. I was drinking this yesterday. As a matter of fact, up at camp, I made myself a couple of those around lunchtime. It was wonderful.
That does sound good.
It is. It really is. And for the money on what you pay for a bottle, you can get a lot of enjoyment out of that in the summer. Oh, yeah. Just like you said, mix that up, sit there.
It's not winning any awards, but when it's 95 degrees outside and you're looking for a nice light drink by the pool, this is really good.
Well, that's all that counts, is that you like it. But you know what? I didn't know there was such a tropical mix on the
I
Sprite.
didn't either. So we went hiking yesterday and in the middle of nowhere, and I found a tropical mix Sprite.
Well, and
it's perfect.
Couple, and there you go.
Yeah, it went perfect. I don't know what tropical flavors they include in this, but it works.
Yeah. Exactly. It works. That's all that counts.
Oh, thank you, Cool Running.
Oh, wow. I do know that's around hanging. I just haven't seen it yet, but I do know it's around. So I don't know if we'll get that here, but I don't know. Maybe if I do any hunting in a week or two over there in Arizona, I may have to look for one of those if there's a total wine around wherever it is I end up. Because I do like 1792 products. They're good. They're good.
So, Anthony, I have
So
to ask you.
what's that?
I have to ask.
Yes.
How is the Ardcore behind you?
Okay.
I've heard mixed reviews.
I'm so far okay with it. I
Mhm.
think it's good. This is not the lower proof. This is the higher proof.
Okay, that's the committee release then.
Yep. This is the
Okay.
50.1 ABV, so the 100 proofer. So far, it's good. And I've reframed it. I've got it to the shoulder.
Mhm.
I had a little bit of it last Sunday, and I've not touched it since. So the first one was 2 weeks ago. Then the other sip was last Sunday, and I said I'm just kind of leaving it sit there because now I can't find it. It's not on the shelves anymore.
I've heard it
And
tastes young.
you know, it's not age stated, and I pegged it around 5 years, maybe 6 tops, because it does have a little bit of that young, what I call grab on the tongue.
Like Wee Beastie.
Yeah, well, I think I likened it to the Wee Beastie, but this one's a little easier on the palate. As a matter of fact,
Oh.
I get a little of that youngness on this Oban Little Bay that I'm working on right now. And but yeah, so far I'm okay with it. I think it'll get a little better in time as I'm
Do
getting
you think
into
it's
it, and
worth
it
the
has a little
price?
chance to open up.
Do you think it is
Pardon me?
worth the extra price to get the committee release and
I
not
like the higher proof. I turned down the other one, and I saw it today.
We have both right.
But what's that?
We have both right now. That's why I was wondering if
Well,
you think it's worth it.
I'm going to say right now, I'm a proofy bitch. You can ask Cheech because I've got the shirt. So I'm looking at the proof. And so what it was for the 46 is, which I think is the other one, and it might be 47, but it was $20 difference or 25. I'm going to spend the extra $25 and go up to the higher proof and
That's
get the
what it is
committee
here too.
release. Yeah. So I'm like, once I realized there was two, and that and this didn't come with a box. The other one does, the lower proof. It comes in a box. Yep.
That's weird.
Didn't come. Yeah. Well, I even asked them, and they said no, it doesn't have one. But anyway, I think it's okay so far. I'm not disappointed at all. When I tasted it, I put it up against the 10 and the Anoa. And as soon as I tasted the 10, I definitely got the chocolate note on this one, and I got the toffee. It was just like boom. But I did not get it in the beginning. But once I started comparing it with the 10 and then the Anoa, oh my God, you picked them all out. You could tell A, B, and C. The barbecue on the Anoa, because it's just so.
I love the NO.
You cannot
over
exactly.
But
no,
I'm like
you're
you.
right.
I'm a PX bitch. I love anything PX finished. So
okay.
It just hits everything for me with the barbecue, and then you get the PX sweetness of it and the smoke. Yeah, it's just. So I kind of was curious about the Ardcore, but I've heard mixed reviews, so I thought I'd get your take on it.
Well, like I said, right now, I'm going to tell you, I am not disappointed. I am not like, oh my gosh, I got to find the second bottle. Right now, I'm going to say I'm on the fence. I've got my one cheek's on the fence, but my one foot's down about picking up the second bottle.
Did you prefer the Ardcore over the fermentation?
I didn't try the fermentation only because I've not heard one good review about it.
I haven't either. I didn't try it either. Same
and
reason.
Exact
reason.
Eric reviewed it a while ago, and he just shook his head and goes, no. try before you, in my opinion, try before you buy it. If you can get it somewhere,
Yep.
try it. But he goes, it's just different. It's just different. So
That's exactly what I've heard about it as well.
yeah, it's just different and probably something that it definitely is not for everybody. And at that price that
Yeah.
they want, I think it's going for what, 175 to 200
Yeah,
bucks.
it was more than the Arcor. It was not
Oh,
cheap.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to say closer to the $200 range, but everyone that I've talked to, like you and I having this talk on stream and just watching a few other people's streams, yeah, it didn't. No. I mean, if you got to have all Ardbegs, because you're a big fan, people are going to put it on there, people are going to buy it. But
that's what I've heard. It's a collector bottle if you're an Ardbeg collector, but if you're somebody looking for something good to drink, I've not heard anything.
Unfortunately, that's not the good to drink. Yeah, exactly. That is not the good to drink.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, that is not the good to drink. But like I said, I'm happy with it. I'm not disappointed in the purchase. Sorry, pulled out something there. Here we go. And so I'm going to keep it. In other words, I'm going to keep going back at it and seeing what it does because after my experience with Bardstown Discovery 5 and how excited I was when I got it, and then the sheer disappointment when I took that first sip, that I thought it was going to be my first drain pour bottle. I just threw that back for 6 months and let it sit with the other discoveries just way in the back. Not that I don't like Discovery, I just didn't like that one. And I went back to it almost a good 6 months after I opened it. Well, July I opened it of 21, and it sat until just a few months ago. And wow, it has improved so much. That awful Dickel minerality is way down in there, that it actually is palatable. And it's been a few weeks, but I actually had went back and just poured a glass of it. And I haven't done that with that bottle ever until then. So
some of them I have I've got a couple, especially the Waterfords. You got to pour them and walk away for a half hour. That needs a good 20, 30 minutes to open up before it's anything salvageable. I mean, it's just, some bottles are like that, I think.
Absolutely. I don't think there are many people that would argue with you saying most bottles are generally have a good, they call it the neck pour. I don't agree with it, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, but I'm not one of them people to say, oh, you can't judge a bottle by neck pour. You can't.
It's not really a neck pour, it's the first pour.
Exactly. I just take it with a grain of salt, let's say, because you really don't know what you're getting. Your expectation is what you've heard. And so when I opened up this Oban, I purposely didn't read the sleeve. I didn't read the tin. I knew that I wanted it. I knew I wanted to try it. But I didn't want to get any preconceived notions and build up my expectation to a point that when I actually did taste it, that it would have been disappointing. Even if I only spent $40 on it, $45 on it, it's still disappointing when you go, yeah, this isn't what I expected at all.
Do they make Scotch for $40?
Yeah. Well,
anything like good Scotch, like.
Well, yeah. Well, this wasn't $40. What the heck did I just do with it? It's at my feet. That's why I just had it in my hand for $45. I think it was. My wife got it at Costco. Because around here it's about 50, 55.
Oh, you guys are the ones that have the Costco's where you can have alcohol. Ours, you can't do that.
No, Ohio, no.
Yeah.
No. Pennsylvania, you can't either.
No, you guys get good deals on Costco liquor.
But well, true, but I don't belong to Costco or Sam's Club, only because there's just my wife and I. And then
in California, you don't have to have a membership. They can't restrict people from buying if they don't have a membership.
Yeah, well, and some states, if they sell liquor in one of those places, you don't have to have a membership to go in and buy it.
Yeah.
But you have to call. Well, here, you have to have a membership. They do restrict it.
Okay.
Because when I found out about that, I thought, oh, that's perfect. I don't have to have a membership, but I can go in there and buy booze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not in Nevada. You got to have a membership.
Damn.
We're one. Yeah, exactly. We're one of those states. I'm like, really?
I know.
Gosh.
I give my friends in California hell every time that they're showing bottles, you know, like Listeau at $54. And I'm like, you know how long we've been sold out of Listeau?
Well, you know what? That's what I say. So when you have your connections all over and they know what you like, hey, snap a picture with your phone, send it. Hey,
Yep.
this is here. You know, this price. Do you want it? Yes. Yes, I do. Let me Venmo you. Let me Venmo you. Without a doubt. I am so good with it. Without a doubt. Oh my goodness. Look who is here. Northwest Bourbon. Cheers, brother. Nice to see you. And we have the Whiskey Reaper popped in. What's up, brother? Nice to see you. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. And I did see Jack in here. I just had to make sure I call him out and say, hey, we just got busy chatting. And then I saw Greg's note about the fermentation. 13-year. It's it's differently different from your standard Ardbeg, but I kind of enjoy it. And they say it is something that is absolutely different on that fermentation. And it's a taste that you either like or don't like, but they said it can grow on you a little bit, but it's not anything like any other Ardbeg. It's just not. So what you're expecting, don't expect it. Yeah, don't expect it. Like, okay. But for me, it's just not worth the money.
No.
To hunt it down and find it, particularly now, because a lot of people, as soon as that committee release comes out, they're picking it up, they're picking it up, they're picking it up.
Oh yeah.
So the first initial wave goes, and then the reviews start to come out, and it's up and down, but there's still people that are on the train, so they get the second wave. I haven't seen it anymore here in Nevada. And
I haven't. No, it's been out for a while here.
And I'm good with not seeing it. It's fine. Because it's not something I am actively hunting or looking at. That is for sure. It's just not for me. But neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. So Blanton's is definitely not going to be on your top 10 list of things to run to the state store and get.
No, it's good. It's not as bad. It's just...
It has its place. Just what you said last night. It's not horrible. But there's other stuff you would definitely rather have over Blanton's for the money.
It's just not worth waiting 4 hours in line and stepping over your grandmother to get a bottle. I just don't get
it. Nope. I turn it down at below $70 here all day long. Because it's generally between $65, $70 here.
If I happen into a store and they have it on the shelf, I'll probably honestly buy it only because so many of my friends ask me, hey, have you seen the Blanton's? I'm like, yeah, here. But like,
I have. It's on my shelf. I see it every day. Why? You really want some of that crap?
Yeah, it's not.
I got it. But yeah, I'm not.
Now that Chattanooga Founders Reserve 10th anniversary, yeah, I'm gonna get a bottle of that.
That's not here. But yeah, listening to you go, yeah, I'm getting some of that.
Was good.
A diehard Irish person say, yeah, I'm getting that.
That was good. You would like
that.
You're
that statement sold me.
You would like it.
That statement sold me yesterday, without a doubt.
It's really good. I think you're like me, where we like the more malty stuff.
Fermentation is based on the wild yeast for They can keep it, Sugar Kitty.
I honestly think fermentation was an accident. It was a batch that went wrong, that they had to spin it into something, and it probably shouldn't even have been sold for $50.
Exactly. Yep. And it is, Peter. I'm not going to argue with you there, especially when you can get it at, let's just say, at the regular MSRP of, let's just say, $55. Yeah,
I don't even think
absolutely.
It's that here.
What's that?
I don't even think it's that here. I think it's like $49.
Well, once you get out with taxes, what are you going to be?
Yeah, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah,
We're seven,
but
7.5. So yeah, you're probably about right.
yeah, you're 7.5, we're 8%, but yeah.
I haven't even checked, to be honest.
But again, for the price, it has its place. But it's just there's other things I'd rather take. Let's just say that's $60. Buy something I damn well knows better, or add $20 or $30 to it. Oh yeah, this is 1,000 times better than.
I guess for me, it's just like Jameson. It's not bad at all. There's nothing wrong with Jameson.
It isn't.
No, not
straight
bad
Jamesons. No.
Would I pay triple the price and wait in lines for 6 hours to get a bottle of Jamesons? Hell no.
No.
Oh.
I'll grab my Slane every day and buy a backup of that and be it. I think it is for the money.
I'll grab a bottle of Bushmills Black Bush or Jameson Black Barrel or Power Full Label or Teeling Small Batch.
Oh, Teeling Small Batch.
Et cetera.
Yes. Teeling Small Batch is wonderful. There's no doubt about that. Yeah. And for the monies, you just can't. Yeah, exactly. You cannot beat any of that with a stick.
Yeah. Instead of waiting in line, I'll get a Redwood Empire Lost Monarch. I'll get a Chattanooga 111.
I don't know why.
I'll get an Old Forester.
I don't know why. It took me almost a year to open this sucker.
It's so good.
It is fabulous. Mm-hmm. So my wife got me all three.
Mm-hmm.
When she was in Florida last year, and she hand delivered it to me literally, and I got them. So I opened A and B, and that just sat there because you get so many bottles. You're like, well, I'm just going to leave it. Mm-hmm. Listen to the Scotch Down Under and everyone else, and I find, well, you know what? I got it. I haven't opened it. I opened that thing, and from the first pour, it was like, why did I wait for this thing? It's good. And so they didn't have it here in Nevada for the longest time. None of them. So over the last maybe 4 months, now they're here. They're about $35 a bottle, maybe 39. So they're under $40. I tell everybody, don't sleep on these because sooner or later people here are going to catch on and they're going to fly off the shelves. Mm-hmm. But they are a good pour for a 90 proofer. Some of the 90 proofers I've had, I go to those because these have flavor. They have some viscosity, and there's a difference between A, B, and C. So I like it.
So I recommended that.
I'm very happy.
A friend of mine hit me up, and her husband likes bourbon, but he's one of those who thinks like Blanton's is fancy. So she hit me up, and she's like, I'm just going to the store. I'm picking out something that's there. I'm not going out of my way. So I recommended that one to her, and he loved it.
Yeah, exactly. My wife teaches with another lady's husband, and does something else. But anyway, we were talking about this time last year, and she wanted something good to do a mix or whatever with. So I gave her a sample of some whiskey here, Pendleton Rye 12-year, which for an 80 proofer I don't think is bad. But I specifically told them, like I'm talking to you, I talked to the people that make it and said, I think it's good, but where you missed the mark is you're bottling it at 80 proof. That's exactly what I told them.
That's low for bourbon, is that?
Well, it's a rye, and it's a Canadian rye, but they ship it from Canada to Oregon, and it ages in Oregon. They cut it with whatever swamp water they use in Oregon, and then distribute it. And I said, I don't think it's bad. I think it's got some flavor. But I said, where you missed the mark, it's only 80 proof. And these are the people that put it together. I mean, they're the distillers. And I said, that's where you're not going to see people like me who like a rye and who like a bourbon who are going to afford that. He said, well, you can mix it. I said, but I'm not about mixing drinks. I want to taste the drink for the drink that it is. And I want to experience the flavors and the richness and the goodness. I said, but at 80 proof, I'm sorry, you're just missing. But I said, this is one of the few that I think has a little flavor. I will spend the money on. I think it was $40. Mm-hmm. I'm good with that. But I go, you're pushing it to, get me or anyone else to spend over $40, or let's just, for the sake of argument,
That's an
above
expensive
50.
mixer. 40 is
Well,
an
it
expensive
is
mixer.
exactly. And I think that's the term I used. It was an expensive mixer, but I think I said something else, but I'll give you that. Anyhow, I don't think it's bad. The bottle is beautiful. I don't even have it here. I took it up to camp a couple of weeks ago, and so it's at my camp. But it's a beautiful bottle. It's a beautiful bottle. I always say that bottle's worth $20.
Mhm.
I don't care about the juice in it. That bottle's worth $20 just to show. But anyway, I think those bottles like that have a place. But anyway, I gave that to her, and she really liked it. So she says, "Hey, you need to get me something, blah 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 blah." And I was going to buy her that bottle, and she Venmos me the money or whatever. But I ended up going with just an Elijah Craig small batch because one, it's 94 proof. If you do mix it with something, it doesn't lose its flavor and so on and so forth. And got that for her, and she loves it for $30. You just can't beat it. And to me, it's less than that Pendleton, but it has way more flavor. And it's 94 proof versus 80. So it has something to it. So anyway, she's very happy with it. And
I keep that Old Forester 100 around. I mean, at 50 ABV, $22.
I was like, did I take that to camp too? I think I did. I think I took
40
that one
is
to
an
camp.
I'm okay with them as long as they advertise themselves as a mixer. That's where I have the problem. Because $40 is awful pricey for a mixer.
Yeah.
But
I took my Old Forester up to camp and said, I got that one too.
Two Gingers was absolutely made specifically to mix with Irish mules. That's why it was created. That's from the owner himself. That's why it was created. And so, and it's $15. So obviously it's not meant for a neat pour.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Teeling 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't tried that one, Jack, but yeah, I think so too. I think so too. Exactly. And you know what, Peter? Here, that bottle is, I want to say like $100 because it's 20 years. And I said, no one's buying it. And they're not anybody that I know of, at least. I go, it's not going to go off your shelf. I said,
it'll get bought.
Yeah, I said, I hate to say it's not good. It's just not good. And at that price,
very rare. Middleton, very rare. $269 a bottle here. And it's 40 ABV.
Yeah.
And people buy it every year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep bumping my table. Sorry about that.
Yeah. That's all right. But so, yeah, it's definitely not worth that money. Like I said, the Pendleton 12-year rye, it is okay. For what it is okay. But they just totally missed it. But they were a sponsor of National Finals Rodeo and some events, so they got a lot of hype. And then I was watching people buy it by the case at a couple of the places I frequent. I mean, they're specifically coming in and say, well, how many cases do you have? I wanted to say, what are you, crazy? But they're buying it up like it's...
Well, and that's the one thing, like Redbreast 12 is 40 ABV, but it sells crazy. It's a staple in a lot of bars, and it's still only 40 ABV, but it's got it. I mean, for 40, it's got good flavor.
Mm-hmm. And it does. That Pendleton has some flavor to it, particularly at that proof. But yeah, that 20-year-old, they were just crazy thinking they're going to get that.
I mean, like I said, they do, but yeah. I'm with Peter. I'd rather pay a little extra and get the Barry Crockett or get the Dare Gaelic.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, that's what I said too when we were talking earlier about that. I would rather pay a few bucks more over getting the Blantons and get something else that I darn well know I like and have to have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That to me is better on my palate. So
there are two,
it's all
that's why I'm right there with you. you guys have introduced me to so many new bourbons that I just can't fathom why people wait in line for this. When I'm like, wait a minute, I can walk in and I can get a Chattanooga 111, I can get a Lost Monarch, I could get all these Knob Creek. I don't have to wait in
Yeah.
line, and I get them readily available at MSRP. So
Well,
I don't get it.
what made me turn back to my first love of Scotch was bourbons were just getting so hard to find, and I just turned around
I just
and
poured some of this for you. Ah,
hold on, is that Glenfarclas?
Glen Farkless. Yep.
Glenfarclas? That's what I thought. Which one is it?
I think it's the 10.
10? Is that
Yeah.
okay? That's what that was on the side. I couldn't tell. Okay.
No, this is a sample bottle from Belfast
Yeah.
Whiskey Week. I'm lousy with these little sample bottles of Scotch. I got some Douglas Lang here too.
Well, speaking of sample bottles, I have one I'm going to open up, and Sugar Kitty has got to direct me as to what's what, because I'm going to do A here and put that up because, only he knows what it is.
He sends some good samples too. He sends some heavy hitters.
I'm going to tell you what.
Sugar Kitty knows his stuff.
He absolutely does know his stuff. As a matter of fact, it's worthy of the Golden Glen. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some in there and let it open up. And we'll chat just a little bit more here. Oh, that smells heavenly. Oh, yes. I smell a little peat on that. I smell a little maltiness in there. Oh, yeah. That's just terrible.
I never had Douglas Lang before these samples. I'm going to have to get a couple of these. Holy,
yeah.
Phenomenal.
Which ones do you have there in the samples?
Oh, I had the Scallywag, and what's another one? It's not the Rock Oyster. What's another Douglas Lang? Oh, I'd have to look them up, and my phone is my camera right now.
That's all right.
Yeah,
that's okay.
I'll text you. I'll let you know which ones I had. I had three of them, and obviously I like number one the best because it's long gone.
Here's what he said. They're tasty, but they're not big hitters. Hey, look, as far as I'm concerned, if it's out of the Sugar Kitty collection, they're winners. Exactly.
Sugar Kitty has an excellent palate. I have no doubt they're something awesome.
Well, I'm on letter A, Sugar Kitty. So that's what I just poured, and I've got a little cap on here. We're going to leave it set a minute, let it do its thing in the Glen, and see what's what. That's for sure.
Yeah. Peter White, I have to thank you and your fellow Ontarians for giving up a couple bottles of the Writer's Tears and a Skillin, because we kind of cleaned you guys out when that first released. A friend of mine made 2 trips over the border to get that. And I don't recall what winery it is, but it is in Ontario where they got their casks.
You said Writer's Tears, one of my favorite in the Marsala cask.
Oh, this is Enniskillen is actually from where Peter White is from.
Yeah,
that's where they got their ice wine. But that Marsala, let me tell you, the Marsala, the Mizunara, and the Enniskillen ice wine. Those 3, if you find them for 100 or under, get that. They drink so well above their price point.
Well,
they're all 3 phenomenal.
This was a limited edition, of course.
Yeah, the Marsala was. You can still get it on order in Ireland. I'm not sure how many places you can.
You'll find them here and there for about, I'm going to say no more than $80.
Yeah, the Mizunara was 100 in PA.
Okay.
It's out of stock now, I think.
But this, honestly, was, oh my God. And I'm purposely not that I don't want to drink it. I'm just not. But I've had a few pours out of this, and I just sit there and go,
I'm like that with it. Yeah, with that Enniskillen ice wine cask.
I cannot believe this. It was just so good, creamy and sweet and viscous, and yeah, it was just so good.
Yeah, Writer's Tears and Walsh, when they did those finished casks, I mean, they just knock it out of the park. It's crazy. They had they did the first ice wine finish before Two Stacks did. So Two Stacks is a red ice wine finish. Theirs is a white ice wine finish, and I don't know the winery. Donald Rance might know. But it's in Ontario. But it is so good. It's like that. It's like honey and nutty, and you get all those ice wine notes. It's so freaking good. And thankfully, I still have a bottle downstairs. I'm with you. I haven't opened it yet because I know I'm not going to have a hard time getting another one. I'm going to have to order it actually probably from Ireland or probably go across to Canada again and try to find it. So,
yeah, we'll
the
give you an
elephant
excuse.
behind me seems to have found something of interest. Yeah, he hears. I think I heard somebody got a car thing, so he's hearing that. The Enniskillen bottles. Are you flipping kidding me? 35? Oh, that's worth a trip to Canada. That's worth it. That and the Jameson Crested you guys got. That is worth it.
Any Lagavulin just about is worth putting on the shelf.
Sugar Critty, that was it. It was Timorous Beastie. That's the other sample I have here. It was the other one was the one I already drank, and one of these is Timorous Beastie, and I can't get the lid off this last one. Holy crap!
Call that dog you got behind you there. He'll get that right off.
Oh, he's no good. He's no use.
He's on guard. Look at him doing his job.
No, he hears the neighbors. They're at their pool.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Oh. So, Sugar Kitty, let me just say that I saw your description earlier, and let me just say, on the nose, like I said, this is definitely more malty than peat. Definitely more malty on A than peat. But the peat is there. It's like a hint, but an amazing maltiness and sweetness on the nose. What these are. Honey, definitely something like a pear. Ooh, I don't know what that is. I keep saying I go with the honey, heather, maybe even an apple. It's sweet on the nose on this thing. Smells wonderful. Like I had the cap on it so I could really get to understand what this is. All right, I got to taste it now. There's the peat. Sweet. Definitely fruity to me. Sweet. It comes back. Oh yeah, nice and sweet on the finish. Viscous. I want to say like almost like a toffee, something along that line. It's like creamy goodness on this. Oh, look at there. I pulled that one right out of my ass. I'm like, wow. Now that smells wonderful. I mean, the taste is really good. And I don't know why, but almost, I'm not looking at your comment right now, but to me, a little chocolatey maybe. I don't know. Let me see what he has to say. Okay. I'm putting the lid back on it here. We're going to let it sit another minute or a few here. And the finish is still going on, Sugar Kid. I mean, and the sweetness kind of comes back and grabs the sides of your tongue. And it's good. And the peat is there. The peat at first, it's on the nose, but it's light. The palate and on the finish, and it's still going. The finish is still there. Um, it's good. It has a little oakiness to it on the finish, but it's a very nice finish. And I like that little bit of, it's not a rye, but that spiciness you get from a rye, but it doesn't grab the side of my tongue. It grabs more of the back of the tongue. Any brine? You know what? That might be the note that I'm getting here on the end. Like I said, it's a little tart, but
No.
more on the finish. Yeah, a little saltiness now that you make mention of it. But I think it was more of a sea spray type of a sensation on the nose, the smell on it. But I think it's good. Like I said, I've got the cap on it. It's sitting. I'm not touching anything else. I'm not even going to have any water or anything like that right now. But man, that thing is pretty darn good. I don't know if you guys can see the color on it, but I'm going to say it is non-chill filtered and definitely no color added to this.
Did he tell you what it was?
No, he'll tell me here eventually as soon as I
he puts together some amazing samples and flights. I mean,
I'm sure. Like
Sugar Kitty has an amazing palate.
Oh, he's got an amazing palate, but he also has a wealth of knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
exactly.
I mean, amazing is for sure.
I don't have any more.
Okay, that is a perfect analogy. So I got it when you talk about the lion's fire there, Sugar Kitty. Absolutely, yes, because it's definitely sweet on the lion's fire. I mean, it's an amazing sweetness on the lion's fire, without a doubt, an amazing sweetness on that. So very, very similar on the lion's fire, and then whatever this is. And the peat kind of comes back. Like right now, I'm getting the peat, and it's been a couple of minutes since I've had the sip. It's particularly clear.
Such a good Irish dog. He doesn't like the Scotch.
Now, I'm sure Sugar Kitty would say unsophisticated dog then.
Yeah, he smelled the bottle and took off. He's like, no.
But no, I'm very happy with it, and I don't want to pick up, and I'm making sure I push what's left of that Oban to the side because there's not much there, but I don't want to just out of habit reach grabbing a Glen to get it.
Have you tried glasses other than Glen's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I have a few rocks glasses. I have a few just tumblers and so on and so forth. I don't know why, but I'm just hooked on the Glens as far as for nosings and tastings. However, I have other ones.
Ooh, that is nice.
Yeah, I do have other ones. And when I'm really serious and I don't want to heat it up or anything like that, I have a few that have the stem, and I'll pour them in there, put the Glen cap on it, leave it set, and then really spend some time just nosing it, but I'm not warming.
Yeah, I have a Copita like that. Yeah.
Yep.
I started getting the Irish whiskey glasses, obviously, for obvious reasons, but I actually get a lot more nose off of them, except for like single grains. They're more floral, delicate whiskey, and those, I either go back to the Glen or even like a Canadian Glen, where you can really get your whole nose in there.
Well, Amazon, you can get a lot of them for $24. I think you can get a half dozen of them, roughly, or 4 of them. So yeah,
You
they're
get two,
not
yeah, you
expensive.
get two Irish glasses for 32.
Yeah.
Or if you tune into Whiskey Mountains and their Alzheimer's benefit, I donated a couple of 2 glasses to that. So
Oh.
another good reason to watch. You can get some glassware. I'm sure a lot of stuff's been donated, so I'm sure she'll have a lot of great stuff. And it's for a great cause.
And you know what? You're like I said, Sergey, I'm still getting peaked. Now I haven't touched this since you said just give it a minute and to really explore the finish.
She's making me think it's a Talisker now. I get a lot of salty, like seaweedy brine on Talisker.
I'm
Not
not.
a fan of
Well,
Talisker.
I have Talisker here.
I'm not.
I have Talisker, but no. Like I said, I'm still getting the peak. Now I'm gonna go back into this here. Definitely getting some of the C notes, the brine on the nose, the sweetness, the honey, the fruit, without a doubt. Yeah, we'll hear what they both are at the end. I just took another nice sip of A after I've left it set in the glass. I'm going to go pour B here and then let that sit. I'm going to put a top on it. But after that set, after I've had a couple of sips on A, I got all those notes right off the bat when I lifted that Glen cap on it. The sweetness, the heather, the honey, the fruit, the pear, the apple on there. Just a suggestion of the peat with the sea spray. And then when I took the sip, boom, it was a flavor wave of sweetness mixed with the fruit. And then here the finish comes the peat, the little briny saltiness on it. Extremely good dram so far. Extremely good dram so far. So let me grab B here, and I'm going to pour it, and I'll put a topper.
Now that's the one he said was more peat than malt, right?
Well, one would be more peat than malt. One would be more malt than peat. So I had the malt more malty. So this one I'm going to say. I don't know. We're going to find out here in a minute what this is. But I'm going to pour some in there, and then I'm going to put the topper on it.
Oh wow! Crystal Rocks glasses from the 20s. Wow.
Oh yeah, I have
nice.
I have a martini set from around there, maybe even the 30s. Now let me put my little Glen cover on that. I poured B into another one, and I'm going to leave that set a moment. Vic, cheers, man.
Heck.
Oh, dude, doesn't this thing look beautiful? It's a store pick. Bottled this year, as in January. It is Rare Character presents single barrel series from Liquor Lineup. It is almost a 6-year MGP cast strength at 117 proof. Oh, it's just a wonderful, wonderful bottle. I'm going to set that right here for show. That's where I'm going to set that one. Set that one right there for show. That's for sure.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
That's right. Speaking of fathers, there's a real father-mother right there. That's for sure. That's for sure. Without a doubt. He is always catching a nap, dude. Don't ever put it past him. He's a professional.
Let me tell you, my husband's a truck driver like Vic, and those guys, I think, for being on the truck, can go to 0 to a sleep in like 2 seconds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Yeah, sure, Katie. Like you said, once you showed or told me that first description of what one would be like and the other would be like, yeah, I picked it out. So I think A was the more malty, but I think B is going to be the peatier one. But I'm going to clean my palate there and take a sip in the nose here. But that finish on A was still going. I mean, I still had some of the saltiness along with the peat on that, and I could still get the sweetness. So that's a decent finish. I'm going to say it's long. Of anything else, I'm going to say that is a long finish. Oh, hey, dude, you know you're welcome. Like I said, any time. Yeah, right. You're just saying that because you mean it. That's for sure. Oh yeah.
That giant animal.
Ladies, if something happens, she'll see a streak run past her, and then she'll know she better go.
Yeah. If he runs for the door, then something's big's back here.
That something's wrong. That's right. That is right. All right. Now I had a cap on this for just a few minutes.
I'm going to grab a little water. I'll be right back.
Go ahead. Take your time. This is B from something got on there, and I'm going to give this thing a little twirl here while I got the cap on it. Let's give it another little twirl here, and let's see what we got as far as legs go. The other one had a little viscosity to it, so let's see what we got here. Wow. Either I'm blind or I don't see any. I don't see any legs on this one. So let's see what we got here. Oh my gosh. How do I say this? This one is definitely sea spray. This one here, this is B. There's a hint of peat on here, but the sea spray is there. I'm not getting the maltiness. Wow. If first initial impressions, I wouldn't consider this a Scotch because I'm not getting the maltiness at all on this. It's like, wow. It's not.
Would you think it was English or Irish?
I didn't say. I don't know yet. I'm sure it's a Scotch, but now the legs are coming down nice and slow on this. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but yeah, I'm just starting to get them myself here, but it's seeing me through the glass and focusing. But the legs are nice and slow. It's just like paint, just slowly running down the side on this thing. Boy, I don't even get that off of that, but yeah. Definitely see. I mean, definitely that sea smell when you're standing there and you get that real freshness and that saltiness in the air. It's just so, I want to say clean and crisp. That's the kind of smell that my nose is picking up. Getting some malt now that my nose is becoming accustomed to it. I'm getting some maltiness on it, but it is not like now. Like most Scotches, I picked that maltiness right out. It took a couple of times before I got that maltiness on the nose. but that clean crispness of like being by the ocean and smelling that air is what I'm getting here. That's exactly what I'm getting here.
That's why I say Talisker. That's the first thing I get on Talisker is that being by the ocean, salty,
I mean,
seaweedy, briny kind of smell.
This is it. This is definitely that. This is
Okay.
definitely that. But I can't say it's Talisker because I'm really, really trying to think.
And Talisker has such a unique taste that I'm not sure I've had anything comparable. It's going to be one of those like mic drop, mind blown when we find out what these are.
Probably. Clearing my. I gotta go. I gotta do this again. Yes, definitely C. Definitely C. Definitely C spray. There is some peat in there, but it's not what I was expecting at all. Basically, night and day from the first one. Night and day. All right. Wow. The nose is nothing like the palate. The sweetness I'm getting right now, the peat, the viscosity, it's coming back. It's on the tip of my tongue. Wow, what is that? I cannot figure this out. Because that nose, like I said, the nose and the palate, it's not the same. It is not the same to me.
I think that's partly what I like about Scotch is that I find that happens often. Like you'll have a good nose on a Scotch and you'll taste it and it'll be something totally different. It's so unique.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like I find that more with Scotch than any other category of whiskey.
And I'm watching the leg just slowly just come down the sides of this thing, and it's like extremely intriguing because it's nice and viscous. Because it, like I said, on the original nose, that's not what I'm getting. But there's tons of flavor on the palate. There's tons of flavor, tons of sweetness on the palate.
Leave it.
The peat is there. The peat is still here. Wow. I'm trying to. I'm not. I'm trying to figure this out. It's just like, wow. Hey, Trish.
Hi,
Cheers.
Trish.
I know you've been busy. Yeah, I've been keeping an eye on you. You've been here and there. We know, but we all appreciate you. Thank you for popping in. Hey, Chris. Cheers, man. But yeah, this is a very interesting pour in this sample. I mean, wow. This is, I don't know. I honestly just don't know. Oh my, now that I've had the sip, boom, malt. Boom. As soon as I pulled the cap off, malt.
Oh, really? Okay.
It changed.
So
It
just to get time to open up.
It just went, well, now I've had some. So all your senses are aware.
Yeah. That's what happened last night with me in that FAEO too. I drank it. I got certain notes, and the very little last sip out of the glass, that cherry hit me right away. And I knew at that point.
Right now, the maltiness hit me. The first few nosings I had on this, that malt, I had to find it. I had to search for it. Mm-hmm. The minute I took the cap off of this after that first sip, bing, malt. Right there, malt. I was like,
I'm really curious to see what these are.
I'm curious. I mean, this is something.
Ooh. See, now I'm
Okay,
extra
that is
curious because I
probably
do
the
like anise
spiciness
sticks.
I'm getting on the on my tongue. Uh, the anise or anise, however you want to say it. But uh, there you go. That's the something that says I can't figure this out. There's something on it, and I'm going to say yes, it is because I like biscotti, and my grandmother makes them with and without the anise or anise. She says anise, but
I say
uh,
anise. Yeah.
yeah,
It always
I
reminds me
like
of those
them.
Pizzelle cookies.
She makes both of them, and my wife has her original, Italian, aka Dago recipe. So yeah,
Nice.
exactly. My grandmother's going to be
Wow.
97 this year,
That's something you really want to hang on to. I have some of my great grandmother's recipes.
and that's where she got from her mom. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, definitely. The now I got malt. Now I got sea spray. Now I've got crisp, like a fresh pear. Like you're biting into a fresh pear. The crispness. That's what I'm getting. Cheers, man. Nice to see you. Happy Father's Day. Surprised they let you, relax for 5 minutes today. I figured they'd be showering you with gifts, Andrew. No, you're absolutely right. At first, that sea spray was so strong on this that it just, I knew there was peat there, but there was more of this clean crispness in that sea air that I was getting on it. And I got that a couple of different times as I nosed it. I did not pick up any resemblance of a scotch that I normally get until I had the first sip. And once I had the first sip, bam, it was like, boom, here it is. There's the sea spray, there's the malt, there's the sweetness, there's the fruit. Um, and I'm going to say almost a honey, uh, heather. There's something else I may not be grabbing in on that, but a little oakiness maybe, but it's more than likely it's probably that anise.
I love that Sugar Kitty keeps throwing out stuff too, because sometimes I can't, like, I can taste something, but I can't pinpoint it. And the second somebody says it, it's like, that's what it is. Is that sometimes it's just
Cheers, brother.
so many notes, it's hard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Mr. Whiskey Shits. And that might be the little bit of tingly spice I'm getting on the palate, the tart apple. And I said, there's something I can't pick, and the anise would have been one, and maybe that also. So it's like, Ben Demon Hunter, I don't know. They are
Tune in to
unknown
find
to me
out.
right now, and I'm trying to figure them out. This is
I'm really excited to see what these are.
there are two from Sugar Kitty. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to pick out all different nuances right now. Wish I could tell you. But the first one that I had was just Oban Little Bay. Oh yeah, these are unlabeled. I've got some more. I've got some more up there. I'm going to have to do a sample Sunday. That's what I'm going to have to do, but it'll probably be 2 or 3 Sundays.
I can't imagine how many samples you guys have. I don't even have a channel. I have so many samples downstairs. Everybody who follows Whiskey Tube is so generous. All you guys with channels are so generous.
And now I understand what you're saying, clean smoke. You're absolutely right. Now I totally get, because you said that to me before. I think, was it yesterday? Somewhere we were talking. I think it probably was yesterday. But the clean smoke, absolutely. I think it was. You mentioned it before HBR stream. Anyway, yeah, exactly. It's very clean. It's not that ashtray. It's not that barbecue, that cigarette ash that some other people say? Absolutely not. Wow. I don't know what the hell this is. I know I've never had it, or I don't think I've had anything like it. Oh, yeah, man. Good, good, good is it. Without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah. I had A first. Now I'm on B. It is because Sugar Kitty's explained about the cleanness of peat and said it's a clean peat before. Until you experience it, you don't have a damn idea what someone is talking about. Once you experience it, it's like, holy smokes, that's it. Now I got it. So I like to connect the dots.
It's amazing how different peat can be. My husband was a peated whiskey fan, loved Scotch, and I didn't think I liked it. And it was just a matter of finding a peat that I actually did like.
Yeah.
I don't like the earthy peat. I really don't like the medicinal peat, but it's like the Ardbeg peat, like the smoky, brisket, ham, the savory peat. I really do like. And for some reason, like heathery, like a floral peat, I like, but I don't like the stuff that's like, is it petticore? That's like the moss. Is that what they refer to it as? I don't care for that much, but it's amazing how varied just peat can be.
Well, now on B, it's extremely, sweet to me. Extremely sweet to me on the palate now, and almost it's not Ardbeg, but when I'm comparing it to like the Ardbeg 10, the way the sweetness hits me, but also going back to what an earlier comment he made about Lion's Fire, that intense sweetness. Now I'm getting that. When I take that sip of B, it's an intense sweetness. The peat is there, but it is not what I was expecting. Wow. It's really good. Really good. It's a bottle I've been passing up. Oh, Lord love a duck. It's Kilhoman.
Is it Kilhoman?
I don't know. We're going to find out. But I passed it up again today. But now I have Kilhoman in a sample here in the STR cask maturated. And if he tells me, I bet you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've also been passing up Highland Park cask strength.
Now that,
but I might not.
Yeah, that I can see.
Well, wait a minute.
Highland Park has like a heathery peat.
Yeah. But I might not be passing it up. Tomorrow is my anniversary.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Yeah, 24 years.
Wow.
It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's only been like 2 or 3. My wife rolls her eyes at me when I say that, but it doesn't. Doesn't seem like it's been that long.
Congratulations.
And she hasn't killed me yet.
My husband says the same.
Yeah. Well, I've actually looked at that today.
So I know like Ardbeg 10 has, or not Ardbeg 10, I'm sorry, Highland Park 10. Is it Highland Park 10 that has like a hint of peat at the end?
Off the edges, Santa. Yeah, Lagavulin is a more refined Scotch.
I'm not going to tell my husband that he's.
Oh God, that's funny.
So.
I like how that. I do like that because Ardbeg is very meaty. Lafroig is Band-Aids. You're right, but Lagavulin is all the edges sanded off. Yeah, it's just refined. It's neat and clean. Yeah, that could be. I don't know. I do not know because I don't own one. Although Jack sent me the one I've got in my hand, this Kilhoman, the cask maturated, and it's really good. So I'm going to end up going back. Thank you, sir. I'm going to go back to that's what I'm getting. I'm going to go back to A just because, and I'm not going to cleanse the palate. Oh yeah, definitely more malty on A than B. Definitely more malty, without a doubt. Wow. Wow. That's good. I mean, I just took another sip of A, and I'm going to take a little sip of water. I'm going to go back to B. Oh, yeah. Big sea spray. Big sea spray, maltiness. Poquito, Pete. Un poquito. Very little.
Yeah, I would be surprised if that's I never thought Highland Park had a sea spray note on it, though. I always thought it was more like a heathery kind of peat at the end, but I could be wrong. My husband drinks more Highland Park than I do.
Wow. I don't know.
I'm completely floored by this.
Yeah, I've got Springbank. I would never have even went down that road. But man, they're both amazing. I mean, they're both amazing. So I'm trying to I'm really trying to
Do you have
I've actually looked at that, the Pulteney 12. Yep. Because it's an odd name.
I have that one in the house. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you have any Irish peated?
I don't want to tell you no right now. But right now I'm going to say it is. I don't have Irish peated. I'm going to say that, but I'm going to think a minute as since you brought it up. But I don't think so. I think the reason why I got that is you and I talked about Irish peated.
Yeah, and if it's lightly, if you're just getting a hint of peat and not malt, that steered me kind of that direction, because those, especially like Slave League, those Northern Irish and Donegal, and if you put that up against a lightly peated Scotch, they're similar. There's some similar notes there. So I will be floored if this is Highland Park, because I did not think Highland Park had any briny kind of notes to it.
Well, I don't know what this is, but I may be picking some up tomorrow for sure.
Glass A or B?
Probably both.
B sounds like something I might like.
Well, I'm just amazed at B, because it's not like anything that I have had in a Scotch because of what I got on the nose. So it's not, wow.
Sugar Kitty sold me when he said it had anise notes. I love whiskey with anise notes. That's one of my favorite notes to get whiskey. My favorite Powers is Powers Signature. Strong anise notes in that. I just absolutely love it.
Well, that silky that you were telling me about.
Mm-hmm. The dark or the regular?
The lightly peated.
The legendary, yeah.
Yep.
The teal label.
Yep. That's why I was like, that's where I'm getting. No, why do I know this? We talked about it. Yep.
Yeah, I get almost like a heathery kind of peat. That one does remind me a little of Highland Park.
All right, Sugar Kitty. We got to know. Tell me what A is.
Yeah, I want to know what this is. I'm curious.
Yeah, I got to know what A is. And then you can hit us with B here after we do it. And I'm sitting down. I mean, it doesn't look like it because you only see me from so far, but I swear to you, I'm sitting down. Look, I'm sitting back. Wow. I mean, neither one is disappointing. Neither one is disappointing. Neither one. I mean, they're both mystifying on the nose, the palate, but yet once you experience it, it is amazing. They are amazing. Honestly, they are. Yeah. So I'm not disappointed. Not at all. He's just waiting for the envelope to be passed to him so he can open it up and announce it, Ben. You know how these productions are. I mean, it's commercial intermission. You got to go through that. And then, so we're just waiting for the big reveal. Okay, so both bottles have been mentioned tonight, but A is not Talisker, which I didn't think it was, but might just have some in it.
Okay.
It's a blend. Wow.
Okay. I said
Okay.
that sounded like Talisker when you said that.
Yep. So A is a blend. Holy shit. Let me move that here to the side. I'm even more intrigued. I've got Johnny Walker 15, and that didn't just come up. None other than Rock Oyster, not Rock Island, the older 2016 bottle.
Up!
There we go. So A is Rock Oyster. Hold on. I have got to write that on A, or I sure as hell won't remember it. Oh my gosh.
I have a sample. I just finished the Rock Island. Now I see why he said I would appreciate that when you started down that path.
"2016. Okay. Wow. I had to write that on there. Yeah, I've got JW15. It is wonderful. Oh, Ben, it is good. Yeah, boom is right. Wow.
I've been very impressed with everything from Douglas Lang.
Yeah, you're drinking some right now. Yeah.
I think it was the Rock Island that I just finished.
Who says this isn't an educational stream? I'm telling you. And I get comments like that from email and stuff like that. And people comment, oh my gosh, I learned something I didn't know. And people say, we learn so much when we pop on your stream. And I go, I mean, I'm glad. I said, that's what we do here. I says, just sit, drink, and bullshit whiskey.
I'd never even heard of Douglas Lang before I got these sample bottles. And honestly, I kind of am looking just to see whenever I come across one, I'm going to pick it up. It's all been really good.
Really?
Oh, wow.
You're going to have to let me know, Sugar Kitty.
Dusty's are the best.
Exactly. Might have to wear my wife's cap when she got her doctorates. Yeah. It's around here somewhere. I got to wear a hat. I cannot not wear a hat. So, Wow. Okay, here we go. So B was not named by Stacy, but by Ben. It's Kilhoman. Aha. And I even said it could be, but the only one I have was thanks to Jack. He hand delivered me a couple of samples while he was here. And I've been nursing that one. Been trying to tell you to run, don't walk to the store. You know where I'll be going after this stream then, don't you?
Yeah. I'm going to have to get that one.
Yeah. Oh
He
my
sold me on
gosh.
that. Yeah.
B.
Wow.
Oh my
He
gosh.
actually, yeah, I'm with you. I kind of like, he sold me on both of them now.
Wow. Wow. I am just like, wow. I'm
I've never
surprised.
had a lot of blended Scotch before Douglas Lang, but I'm completely sold on it. And that Kilhoman, just the
Yep.
notes you described, just sounds so delicious.
Wow. This is really, really good. Yep. I guess this is one that I got to buy two of, huh? Wow. I can get the Kilhoman. What's that other one, Sugar Kitty? Let me know.
It's the rock oyster. It
Yeah.
predates Rock
In other
Island.
words, yeah, what you got my email. Email me the information on that and the cost. Wow. I'm just that Machir Bay. Oh my gosh. That isn't a that nose is unique. It is unique. It's not like anything I have encountered.
I'm actually finishing with a little of the Timoris Beastie right now.
Wow.
Like I said, the three I had were
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
good.
Sugar Kitty. Uh, email me on the price of it. Let me know. But yeah, this Kilhoman is not what it was not. I mean, I have nosed other Kilhomans. I would not have guessed this one. Would not, because it's not like anything that I have experienced. Not at all. Pick it up, Sugar Kitty. Let me know your Venmo or PayPal or whatever. But yeah, I mean, uh, you can't. I can't for that. Yeah, you just can't. Especially the 2016. Yeah, no. Yep, and you'll have to sign it. That way, I'll know. Oh my gosh.
I agree with Sugar Kitty. I think Compass Box and Douglas Lang do some of the best blended Scotch I've had. I mean, they're all right around 50 and a range, but it's just good blended Scotch.
Well, that JW15, I think, is a good blended Scotch. But let me tell you what, that Rock Oyster is like, wow.
Yeah. I've only had a
Wow.
couple of the Johnny Walkers, and honestly, the Douglas Lang have blown them out of the water. I don't have a Kilhoman yet. That one might have to be my first Kilhoman. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look for that one.
Hmm. Yeah, I had to go back to that B because holy smokes. Oh my goodness.
It sounded amazing.
It is. It's just not what I was expecting. I'm sorry. It's just wow. It's just not what I was expecting. Man. And that Rock Oyster is amazing.
Yeah, that and the Timoris Beastie and the Scallywag, all three I've been looking for, or not the Rock Oyster, but the Rock Island, which is their later one. They're all just good. It's just good, solid blended Scotch. But I thought it was hilarious that we both kind of picked up on that Talisker note. I didn't realize it had so much Talisker in it.
Well, I don't know. I would not have guessed it.
No, I wouldn't have either. I would not have either.
Mm-mm.
And that's funny. I don't like Talisker, but the Rock Island I really like. And I know you had the Rock Oyster, not the Rock Island, but I'm assuming there's probably some Talisker in that one as well, but I don't know 100%.
Yeah. Wow. Gosh, it's terrible, but I'm salivating. Wow, that is
Scotch.
really.
That was that's some really good Scotch.
It was both of them are.
I'm telling
phenomenal.
you, Sugar Kitty every time.
Phenomenal.
It's like mind blown every time Sugar Kitty gives samples.
Yeah. Yeah, but see, the Mock Your Bay anymore isn't $50. I'm sure it should be. It's just not anymore. I forget what it is, but I know it's north of 50 right now. Yeah, it's north of 50.
Yeah, and that is a thing about when you get into Scotch and you get into Irish whiskey, you get into English, Swedish, you get into a world whiskey, it's more expensive. I mean,
yeah, well,
I paid, like I said, that bottle of Gold Spot, I paid more for shipping than most people pay for a bourbon. I mean, it's just a different monster when you get into those.
huh.
Oh,
Well, it's an amazing blend. It's an amazing blend.
I don't have Aaron. I do have Jura downstairs.
Not that I'm on the fence. I've seen Jura. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. Aaron, I've seen a few. I don't know exactly which ones. But man, yeah, it's this Rock Oyster is just wow, a blend.
Jura, I can see now that he says Jura, I can see Jura.
See, I haven't had it, so I would never even went down that road. Okay, then.
Wow, that is a good price. For a good bottle of Scotch, that's a phenomenal price.
Well, then I guess I need 2 different ones, Sugar Kitty. Especially at that.
That's a good price.
Because I can't get that for that here. Cannot.
There's only the 2 lower point compass box can I get for that price here. And that's MSRP.
Wow.
I can't get any of the others for that.
See, there you go.
I think we have a 16.
Is good. Pass on
we have a 16 Jura.
Mm-hmm.
That's good to know.
Wow. I mean, this is that Kilhoman Mock Your Bay is wow. That's a phenomenal sipper. I can hurt that. That won't be a problem. Won't be a problem. I mean, that is just really good. Wow. Really. And I was thinking about some Driftless Glen or, maybe some Jepson's pick, going to bourbon, but I'm not going to do that now. Heck no. Not going to do that now.
If I jump on to drink with you, Anthony, I'm not going to bourbon.
Exactly. You see where I'm living. Now, I might grab some writer's tears. That's for sure. But
I'm going to drink some Scotch with you. After Irish, obviously I'm drinking that 99% of the time, but after that, I'm going for Scotch. And then I'll go for American single malt and then American single pot still, and then I'll hit bourbon.
Well, yeah. But you know what, Sugar Kitty? I would not have gotten that out of that Kilhoman. I just wouldn't have. It just didn't appear to me that way. Maybe, like you said, that sour apple when that twinge it was giving me, and the way it grabbed my tongue, not typical of a younger bourbon or Scotch, how it kind of grabs the sides and has the tartness. This was more towards the center back of the tongue where I was getting it, and it just, like I said, it wasn't something that I was used to. So, and I know it's the Machir Bay is NAS, but never even thought of that period. Like I said, I just had it now, and I'm still getting a little bit of the peat and the spiciness or the tartness out of that sip. See, I got peat on the rock oyster. Towards the end, it came up good. I didn't get any peat at first on the Kilhoman, not at first. Once I took that first sip and was like, holy smokes, it nowhere near matched the nose, nowhere near. It threw me to where my Odo loop was recalibrating, and I was trying to, like, what the heck just happened here? What it just threw me off. I'm like, what is this? And went back for that second sip. Bing, there it was. There it was. And I'm like, holy smokes. Wow. Yeah, it is. They're both phenomenal. Both phenomenal. But the biggest one that really threw me for the loop was at Machir Bay.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what threw me for a loop. Yeah, it's really good. Just wasn't expecting it. On that Machir Bay, Sugar Key, what's the ABV on that? I just went back to A, so I'm going back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, I'm telling you what, that rock oyster, I'm going to say puts the JW15. Yeah, I have to say that's to go to the back
for a fraction of the price.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't bad on the 15. I got it for 59, the JW15.
Oh, that's not bad. I thought it was.
No, I can get it for
okay,
maybe $62.
Is that the
I think it's sitting at.
So is that the green?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last time I actually looked at it, it was over 100, but it's been a while.
I'm seeing it at $80 at some places, but I picked mine up for 59, and they just jacked it up like $3. So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's nothing. Some of the price hikes. My 16-year-old.
I don't know what it is about Johnny Walker. I've never liked any of them. And it's just, I know a lot of people like it and it's supposed to be good. It's just not my jam.
It is or it isn't. That's what I tell people. And yep, it is or it isn't.
If I'm going blended Scotch, I'm going, honestly, now Douglas Lane first and Compass Box.
I was just going to say, are these things around 46, 48 ABV, Sugar Kitty? So that was pretty good.
That's good. Yes, yeah.
I think that's fine. That's absolutely.
I think that's a good drink in ABV.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's perfect. It is perfect. It's 93.6. Yeah, that's right. They got to be different. They have to be
different.
There's
a reason. There
has to differentiate themselves between one and the other. You can have 92, but you know what? It's really better if you go with 93.6.
Technically, Scotch and Irish both, they don't use proof. They use ABV.
Oh yeah. So I have the Lagavulin in the Lion's Fire, the 2021 special release, Peter, and oh, that thing is just freaking fabulous. It is fabulous. That's for sure.
My husband is with you on the Lagavulin, and he absolutely loves that Guinness cast finish, that Offerman.
Oh, I've got about that much left in one bottle, and I have a backup.
Yeah, he's got 3/4 of one bottle left and a backup, and he's already gone through 3.
Well, when you can find them on the shelf, I looked up the price on mine. I got mine for $79 when I bought both of them, at $79 a piece. So that was a good deal. I was happy with that, and that was before they became the Whiskey Advocates, one of their top whiskeys of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought my husband one, and then a friend of mine who goes out liquor stores like crazy scouting for Dusties, and every time he comes across one, he will message me and let me know, and I'm always like, yeah, just pick it up. My husband absolutely, it's just he picks it over the 16. He absolutely loves it.
Damn, that rock oyster's good. I'm just drinking. It's like, holy smokes. But you'll always find, I don't care, Lagavulin, I don't care if it's Oban, whatever. You will find one or two that, boom, that is it. There's just something about that profile, everything in it, and it's just, it makes your foot tap. Yeah, the 16 is this, and this, but you know what? That 11 and the Offerman, the way they put that and paired it up with that Guinness, and I like Guinness. So, yep, that chocolatey, smoky deliciousness that's in there is like, oh my gosh.
It's like the smoky goodness of the 16 with the chocolate fudgy goodness of Guinness.
Yeah.
It's just so good.
Well, the Oban Little Bay that I reviewed earlier, I mean, it is good for the money. It has a little bit of peat smoke there on the finish. It's not too complex. It's not very deep, but I thought it was a good pour for the money at the $45 to $50 price range. Absolutely
That's not
worth.
bad.
Nope. Well, Costco. If you go to other stores, I've seen them as high as 75 for the bottle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's why I was like, no way.
What's the standard, the normal? Is it the 14, Oban 14? Or is it?
Yes. 14 is like the Lagavulin 16.
Yeah,
Sugar Free, if I'm wrong, let me know, but I do believe,
I think that's the one my husband has.
Yeah.
What's the price difference between those two?
Oh, a mile.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't bought it in a long, long time, but that one used to only be like 80, 85.
So when I got into Lagavulin, I saw the 8. And I thought, oh, okay, well, I can try that. Well, it was $70 for the 8. The 16 was $75. Let me think about that. Let me double it for $5 more the age. All right, I'll go right with the 16.
Yeah.
And so I bought the 16. And I'm like, holy smokes, this is delicious. Well, a place was doing a special on the 8 for $48. So I bought the 8 because I was like, forget it. If the 8's 70 and the 16 was 75, yeah, I'm buying the 16 all day long. But it, like I said, under $50 for the, okay, I'll pick that one up. Then I found the 9-year-old Game of Thrones. So I bought that. So I got the 8, the 9, the 11, the 12-year-old, which is the Lion's Fire, the 16, and then I have a 2017 Distiller's Edition Lagavulin.
That's how my husband started too. I got him the classic malt set for his birthday, and his friends were over, and I did a Scotch. I set up a Scotch tasting for him, and did a whole little tasting mat, and did the little glasses, and did all that for him. And it was the 16, and he absolutely loved the 16. So he started with the 16, and then he had the 8, and then he found and I got him the Offerman Guinness for his birthday.
And that set the hook.
That was the hook was set, and it was off to the races. and he does not think he's found a Scotch better than that one. He absolutely loves it.
And yeah, it is good. I can't argue with him. It is
It is good. I would still
absolutely
pick my
delicious.
Ardbeg over it.
Yeah. Well,
I just
you had some the Lagavulin last night, didn't you?
yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought you had the bottle in your hand. I'm trying to remember.
Yep, we brought that up, and I shared that was one of the 3 bottles that I shared with my cousins, we were visiting with families from Chicago, and I let her try that one, and she was not a fan.
And Sugar Kitty, that's about now what it is here, $80, give or take a few bucks. It just recently went up to that, but I'm not going to spend much more than that.
It seemed like right at the pandemic they dropped Scotch prices, and now they've gone back up.
Yeah, but see, the tariffs have been dropped, but once they raise the prices and people are still buying it, if I can get 10 more bucks a bottle, I drop it down.
Yeah, Scotch went back up and Irish prices went back up.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see those increase nationwide. They increased here. The biggest one, I think, the biggest shock was Red Spot went from 140 to 170 a bottle.
So the cask strength Redbreast, you can buy it generally under $100 here.
Mm-hmm.
A few months ago, when they got their order in, they had to jump it up to 149. So basically $50.
It went for I just went for 100 here, and the entire city sold out in like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, at $100, you better suck that up.
They all went up. I mean,
I got mine at under $100, so I have the backup.
Yeah,
my Redbreast 12.
Do you have the B1? Was it 121?
I didn't hear you. Do you have the what?
You have B121.
Redbreast?
Yeah, the cask strength.
Yes.
I have the B121, and I've heard the 19 is better.
Hold on, I gotta look at the actual bottle now, because I thought I put it on. Because someone asked me.
It's good. It's got a little bitterness to it.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, B120 is my.
Oh, you have the B120.
Yes, B120.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when you said B121, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what it is. No, mine's B120.
Oh.
Yep. And now you're making me think. I sure hope my next one is the same thing, because then I'll be disappointed, because I already know what this one is like, and I didn't think about that when I purchased the second one. I just wanted it because I didn't want to spend an extra $50.
I got it because, I mean, honestly, even the worst Redbreast cask strength is better than no Redbreast cask strength. So I got it, and it is really good. It does have a little, I don't know if it's just me or if it's got a little bitterness to it. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, all the prices are going up. It's just.
Wow.
99 is I don't know what the U.S. equivalent of that is.
Well, Blue Spot?
Blue Spot's not about 120.
Yellow Spot's 90
here.
Yellow Spot's 99 here. So what's that tell you?
That's about what it is here.
Yeah.
Blue Spot?
Oh yeah, Sugar Kitty.
What's that?
Rare Breed is going up.
They're all
it's not up. Like your $45, $50 bottle anymore. It's more $70. And then the Rare Breed Rye is 70 and north. And it's mostly north of that. And it's like, wow. Matter of fact, I recommended that to somebody today because it was still in the decent price range. And he goes, I don't want to pay for a Booker's. I said, just go over there and grab yourself the Rare Breed. I said, it's 116 proof. And in my opinion, as good at way less of a price versus a Booker's. Booker's to me now is just pricing their ass right out of the market. Right out of the market.
And that kills me because at this point, especially these distilleries know demand now. They're well aware. So if they're not meeting demand, it's just, it seems like they're
it's it's a terrible thing to have people want to buy your product. I got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I
There's
got
too
it, but
much better stuff. People are going to move on eventually.
yeah. Well, that's a good price, especially Canadian. Um, I would tell you if you don't have a backup, at least get yourself a backup at under $50. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That price? Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
run and get that for that price.
Mm-hmm.
Go up there to Canada, get you a bottle of that, get you some Nanaimo bars, and have a nice day.
When I lived on Lake Erie there in Pennsylvania, to go to Canada was nothing.
My friends live up in Sault Ste. Marie, so when we visit them, it's nothing to pop over to Ontario, go to Canadian Tire, spend a day.
Mm-hmm. Well, good. You ordered two. Absolutely. At that price, get
Yeah,
it
that price, that's
and
a
be
steal.
done. Yeah, exactly. Because it's not going to go bad sitting in that bottle.
Nope.
Then once you
That's a good
open it, it
price.
definitely doesn't go bad. Never sits long enough to go bad.
Oh my God, that's true. Not
I
in my
know.
house.
Well, I had this discussion yesterday. I'm like, my problem now is why I'm slow at opening things. I have so many things open now
Oh yeah.
where I'm trying to drink them down. And I killed a store pick on Thursday, and I was nursing it because I couldn't find another one. Then I did, so I was happy. So I went back to drinking it. Then I got down to about that much in the bottle. I said I got to get rid of that this week. So Wednesday night I had a pour, and Thursday night I had the last pour, and made sure I got everything out of that. Oh, it was so good.
I get
So
down to that low and I'm like, oh, this is going to be such a pain to get another bottle. So I'm just like, all right, I'll drink something else. Well, then I've got to get some sample bottles and put that into samples because it's been several months now. And when you get down to that quarter, all that
exactly,
air is,
you've got to start moving it. If you're
yeah.
not going to
So I've
drink
got
it,
to get it into some samples bottles
yeah,
just if I want to keep that last bit of it. So I've got to do that with
mhm,
a few of them.
yeah, exactly. It's I have 100 plus bottles
Crap.
open becoming. Peter, you can't see it all, but I mean, yeah. Let me just move some of
Oh,
this here. I
Peter is a
mean,
man after my own heart. I have
yeah,
probably 80 bottles open. Yeah.
and you can't. It's hard to tell, but there's two more shelves going up and two more shelves going down. Plus, you can't see to the right. I've got stuff here, and I've got stuff on the floor, almost like Bourbon. I mean,
Yep.
it's like,
Yeah. Mine's
where's it
everywhere.
at? I set it down. So I said, when I lost the Oban, I'm like, it was just here. Oh, there it is. I had
Am
to
I the
reach
only
down.
person that will put stuff in a cupboard to kind of, okay, I don't want to drink this. I don't want to drink it all. So I'll put it in a cupboard and I'll open up that cupboard like a couple months later. I'm like, I forgot I even had that.
Yeah. Yep. I have a few that I don't ever intend on drinking, and I keep them in a
Mm-hmm.
cabinet in the dining room.
I don't have any of those. I drink all of it.
Well, these ones are signed.
Oh, no, that I would. Yeah, that I would.
So, like, where is
Yep.
it? This one here. I had it out because I was talking to somebody about it. So this one is Horse Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The plate on the front of it is actually metal from the World Trade Center.
Oh, that is that.
Horse
Yeah, I would never do
Soldier,
that.
this is a true story. Back when that happened, there was a group of the Army that literally rode into Afghanistan on horses. Horse Soldier. And there's a story behind it. And so one of the people that founded this was by the name of Will Summer, was one of the original horse soldiers that rode those horses into Afghanistan. It's signed by him.
I would never drink that.
Yeah.
I don't blame
It's
you.
signed by him. And a friend of mine who lives in Ohio was at an event. And we were talking, and he says, hey, would you be interested in this signed by so-and-so, da, 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 da. And I'm like, heck yeah. And I was like, well, what do you need? He goes, I can't get uncut, unfiltered. I said, yes, you can. I said, yes, you can. And that was all there was. But so I have this. And so that goes in there. And remember, I had it else with somebody, we were talking about it. And I said, I just want to watch because now I want to, even though it was done in Sharpie and it's on glass, I don't want to,
It'll still come off.
it will still come off. So I'm trying to figure out a way, how can I preserve it other than not touching it? But
Spray,
neither here nor there.
spray, you'd have to get some
I
kind
thought,
of spray.
well, yeah, probably. I don't know. But it'll go back on. And like I said, there's certain ones I keep in there that are signed.
Yeah.
And I have one signed by the master distiller of Uncle Nearest, the first Black female master blender. And so I met her and had a good conversation with her, and how it got started and everything else.
Is it?
And
It's Fawn, right?
no.
No, Fawn owns the company.
Yeah, but she, the master blender, is the great great granddaughter of Uncle Nearest, who him and Jack Daniels were like this. And back at that time, that was extremely unheard of.
Yeah.
But he and Jack Daniels collaborated a lot in making whiskey. Uncle Nearest is directly credited with bringing that Lincoln County process to Tennessee. So it's just history. So
yeah, that whole company at Uncle Nearest is so cool.
And they actually, it's good whiskey.
Yeah,
it's good whiskey. I even like their standard expression right here. I said, I got it. It's 93 proof, but it's a decent pour.
I got that for my father-in-law. I think it's 2 years ago. He's a Jack Daniels drinker, and so my husband and I got him that for Father's Day, and he loved it.
It's good. I drank some there. I got a bottle of their 100 proof. I had her sign it. That's in there. So like I said, those are the ones that I keep out there.
Yeah, that I totally get that.
Yeah. And then in here, Northwest Bourbon had to get it for me because I couldn't get it, but he found me another one I'm not going to drink, but I'm having it signed. And he signed it before he sent it to me because that was the stipulation. The Jack Daniels Single Barrel Heroes Selection.
Oh, wow.
So a member of the military particularly picked this batch. Mine was Melvin Keebler, who was a veteran in the United States Navy who served on a submarine. Nukes.
That's really cool.
So you can only get this on base. So I had him get me one. Then I had him sign it. And then I'm having different friends of mine who either retired from the military, former military, or active sign this bottle.
That's really, really cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not.
Don't ever open that. That was
exactly. I'm not. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's 62.8 ABV, 125.6 proof. And hey, I just thought it was neat. If I can get another one from somewhere, I will.
That's really cool.
It is. Where are you going to get it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, nowhere. That's
exactly. So I like things like that. And then that's what goes into that cabinet.
Yeah.
And then, like I said, I've got different things. I think they were. Yes, I think they were, but we don't really have mounted soldiers anymore that ride horseback. So the story goes is there might have been only one or two of them that actually rode at all. The other ones didn't. So they kind of got a crash course in that, Chris, when they took off into the desert on horses. So they said it was a learning experience.
Well, Anthony, I am going to, I so appreciate the time tonight. Thank you,
Nope.
everyone. I'm feeling like Big Vic out here. It's kind of dark behind me now.
That's all right.
And I'm getting eaten up a little bit, so I'm going to call it a night. But thank you so much.
Call
I
it a
really
night.
appreciate it.
Yep.
This was so great because I love the two scotches that Sugar Kitty sent you.
Oh,
that was so awesome.
They're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Everybody have a good night.
Yep.
Cheers to all of you. I will talk to you later.
Cheers.
Bye, Anthony. Bye, everybody.
See ya. Thanks. Yeah, I don't know if it's the seventh cavalry. That's interesting. And I might have known, but I'm not 110% sure. And like I said, they may have told me that in the story, but I just can't remember. Okay. Well, yeah, you may have a little inside scoop than I do, Chris. But anyway, yeah, I don't know for sure. I'm going to have to actually look into a little more of the story. But what I told you was pretty much the abridged version and what I knew of it. Yeah, exactly. I just think it's cool to have and lucky to get it. I mean, it's just one of those things that if you're at that event, he was there and you purchased a bottle, boom, there it is. So, yeah, really, really great. Mm. Man. Machir Bay. Wow. Would not honestly have thought that would be, man. Yep. Yep. It was. It's just, yeah, exactly. It's just one of those stories that it's worth knowing, it's worth telling, and there's history behind that bottle. I actually have I do believe I even have the photo of him with the bottle. I have to go from it. I want to print it up and put it there because if you can take that and to authenticate date, time, look, here's him. This is signing the bottle to me. Boom. Here's the picture. I'm not saying it's going to be worth money, but people want to know, well, how, is that really his signature? Yeah, here it is. Here's the picture. Boom. There's the person that got it signed. But here I am. Bingo. Yeah, it is cool. Hey, Joe, cheers. Happy Father's Day to you, sir. Without a doubt, cheers. Oh, man, let me just look at something here real quick. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Let me flop on over here. There we go. Wasn't paying attention to where my fingers were, and I changed screens on myself. It happens. It happens. But I'm going to finish up these pours here because they were really amazing and really wonderful that Sugar Kitty did that. And I'm going to actually drink this Machir Bay. So let me say, the Moose, aka Alex, talks about Machir Bay and how good it is. Until Sugar Kitty dropped off this sample to me and listening to some of the explanations of it before, you honestly don't realize what they're saying until you experience it in a pour and then somebody connects the dots. Love these blind pours like this where you don't know what the hell it is and you have to figure it kind of out for yourself, the noses and then the tasting notes and everything. Wow. I would never have even come close to that. I mean, I picked out the nosings and a few little hints of apples and honey and fruits and some peat and da, but never would have guessed Kilhoman on that. And then for A, being Rock Oyster, not Rock Island, Rock Oyster from 2016, a blended Scotch. Man, it is, honestly, it is fabulous. And of course, you're not going to get Rock Oyster anymore, but it was such a treat to be able to get something like this that you're just not going to be able to experience unless somebody has a bottle and they're willing to drop it off when they pass by your house. Well, I just think that's tremendous. And there are quite a few people in this community that have, Vegas is a destination spot. We meet up, they give me some samples, blah, 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 blah. It's absolutely amazing. And especially when you have bottles that no one can get anymore. They're just not there. It's not that they don't. The company is out of business. That's it. They made them for a year or 2 years or whatever, and that's it. So I have been very fortunate to be able to get some of these things and try them. But this is really, truthfully, for me, has been a terrific, terrific flight. I mean, blind as blind could be, totally two different expressions, two different tastes, nosings, both different ends, in my opinion, of the spectrum. But when it comes down to it, both of them were absolutely delicious. And if it was something that people could get, I absolutely would say yes, get them. I know you can get the Machir Bay. So particularly they have a cask strength one floating around there. So now that I know that Machir Bay is it, and I have spoken about it, and in Sugar Kitty's defense, he said, run, don't walk, run. And he said it again tonight. I told you. He just, well, not straight up, I told you, but I know what he was getting at. I could see him staring into his monitor and going, I told you to run, don't walk. So that being said, yeah, it is amazing. Well, hey, this is all unscripted, people. We don't make this up. This was as live and as raw can be when it comes to doing a tasting and a blind that you have no clue. And like I said, these two were, one was on the right side of the spectrum, one was on the left side of the spectrum, my opinion. And it was just totally, totally different. Totally different. And would not have gotten anything like that out of the Machir Bay. Just would never even went down that road. Would not have done it. It's just something that, like I said, just wouldn't have picked up. Would not have picked up on, and even to think it was that. So I am very thankful and grateful to Sugar Kitty for dropping that off. You know, he was really busy when he popped through here, and got work and stuff and that, but he found the time to roll the window down and throw them to me, and I was grateful to get them. That is for darn sure. Anyway, so I hope everyone has had a great Father's Day and has enjoyed their evening. I really appreciate you all hanging out here. We're going to bring it to an end right here and send everyone over to Livewire. When you go over there, you tell them Bourbon Neophyte has sent you, because they're doing a little Father's Day special, and I will pop in there in a little bit and just say hi to everybody. But let me open this rock oyster, because I still have a little bit left. And I will toast you all out here and just say, cheers, everybody. It has been great. Look forward to seeing you again on the stream. And who knows what I will open then. But happy Father's Day and cheers to you all. Thanks for being here. Do me a favor, tell people about the channel. And remember, like and subscribe. Thanks, everybody. Cheers.